Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is The Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you like what you see, remember to hit that like button. You want to see more? Hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Pro Cycling Manager 2019, Career Mode, episode number 33. Just about to the end of our first season here, but we've still got 11,000 left to play with on the market for signing another rider. And we also have a couple key races left to finish up. First up is the Larry H. Miller Tour of Utah. Probably, I would have said as of a year or two ago that it was the third most prestigious race in the United States. But after the Colorado Classic has gone from a full 7-stage race on down to a 4-stage kind of mini classic because they've had budget constraints in the last couple of years. And we're definitely now looking at it kind of overtaking Colorado Classic as the second most prestigious ride in the US. So 7 stages in all. Favorites here on this first stage, punchy one with a bit of a climb, and I'm not sure that it's going to be that small of a group at the end. Daryl Impey, Simone Clark, Ciccone all here, Chris Hamilton here, Nathan Haas, Lawrence DeBluse, Hugh Carthy. That's a pretty big name, pretty big list of names of really quality World Tour riders that are going to be in this race. You do get a few World Tour teams here, and looks like we're going to have our work cut out for us for the overall goal, which is a top 5. However, with just this one climb just before the end really doing the damage, that's where we'll join in on stage number 1. 36K to go. The previous climb, which was just slow, gradual uphill, did enough damage that the peloton has slowly shrunk. It's getting smaller. We're down to 87. And every little bit we're dropping another 1 or 2 riders off the back. However, now we're in a gradual descent, 1.5 to 2 degrees. That's enough that we're getting a lot of recovery within the field. My guys were getting quite close to the edge, at least the support riders were. But now that we're getting down to it, 25K now, they're all just about recovered, and we should be able to go full team sprint train up over the climb coming up here, and then take the bulk of the riders to the finish from there. We're already getting quite close to it, so even though there's 19K left, this is the time I want to go ahead and get my team together, form that train, and then start doing the work. So for the overall, I've got McNulty, Evenepoel, and Koos. So these guys are going to be protected riders. I might use them briefly, but for the most part, I think the other 4 riders can handle this. Now, I did not bring a sprinter to this race. Iking is somebody to use up. Ermino is somebody to use up, and he's got a little bit of pace. Mater is okay for the hills, and Barta is definitely the guy we want climbing towards the top. So I need 1 out front now, and then 1 to use up after that. Mater's got a really good downhill, so he'll be our downhill guy, and we'll focus on just kind of being in position. Maybe we can thin the field out a bit more as we're at 87 riders. I think that'll be kind of the goal there. So Mater will be the lead out, our downhill lead out, and then Barta is the uphill go-to guy, while Iking and Ermino will do the base and the push now. Ermino with his good flat rating playing that role. So Ermino is almost certain to be leaving the team. Iking is going to be leaving the team here at the end of the season. I'd like to keep both of them really, but they're looking for way too much of a pay raise, and I'm just not interested in giving to them. So we've already hit the base. We just pulled back in the breakaway. Armino's faster at a 95 anyway, not just from the effort, but his hill rating is much better than his mountain rating. Well, not much, but 5 points. Now, your mountain rating's a bit better, so we can pull you back slightly here. Comes EF Education first. Trying to join the party. Sean Bennett off the front, that's our future rider. 2K to go to the top. So go ahead and accelerate. 1.5. We need to thin this group out a bit more. $79.
The riders have upped the pace.
I'm going to hit that downhill section here in just a moment. I'll keep pushing with Barta for just a little bit longer, just long enough to get Mater.
You see that?
There we go.
You can read the pain on the faces at the back of the peloton. There's a growing number of riders left behind.
Okay, so Mater's the best descender, so we're going to get him out front, pulling the pace. Use Koos's gel. Ooh, 33, 30 riders. Most of them can't keep up. Now, Ermino's been dropped, and did I set you? I did. I set your status, so you're good.
The finish line is getting close. The riders just passed the 5 kilometers road sign.
Okay, let's go ahead and use the gel of these guys. Mater, I think I'm going to be pulling off here in just a moment. 3K to go. Save him time-wise. Which means Koos is going to go forward, and he is not a sprinter, and I really don't have any sprinter left, so we're just going to keep kind of attacking this. So Koos is going to sprint with 1.5K to go. 700 meters, I'll just sprint to everybody now. Comes McNulty. Can we get the stage win? You got an actual sprinter coming at us, Ciccone, but no, it's not going to be. Brandon McNulty gets it done and takes the victory. What? Little acceleration of 70 was enough to attack off the front briefly. So a little punchers type moment there, and I suppose it was supposed to be a hill stage, right? So we just pulled the win. Nice. Evenipol takes 4th, Iking takes 6th, Barta 7th, Mater 8th. There's Ermino coming across with his group. Koos takes 17th, and we've got a pretty elite group on the finish of that one, so it's going to thin the field out quite a bit, and that makes me happy, as we're going to create some time losses, time gaps further down the order.
And here are the race highlights that we've selected for you.
So my goal was to thin the field. I thinned it from just under 90 down to, I think it was 30. Ooh, what? 68? Really? We were down to 30 halfway up the climb. And that was still... What was it? Like 12, 13K from the finish? And it never came back together. Ugh, this game. Sometimes.
Another attack in the leading group.
We're only a third of the way into the stage. However, the vast majority of this stage is all on an uphill trajectory that's almost nonstop. As a result, I could tell that there's going to be damage done to the field and riders will start falling off the back. So we're going to speed through this next period as that begins to take place. For me, Ermino appears to be the first one that's going to be going. Right now, Breakaway has 8 riders. It looks like there's at least 1 Ineos rider, maybe 2 Ineos riders up there. Katusha has a rider up there. So there's definitely some World Tour quality riders at the front. And they have a big lead. But either way, the damage is starting to be done back in the peloton. So we're going to go ahead and take this back there now. And we'll see. So at 88 riders, Ermino is just hanging on. And it is time for water once again. This will be the second time I've gotten water in this race already. You're going through it as we're on this constant uphill, lowering the pace. So Gino Mater is my guy for that. He's the one riding solo while everybody else is in tandem, and he's got the water covered already. Ermino, though, beginning to fade again. Plenty of uphill left. We've still really only lost a few riders. See, the pace isn't that bad. Ermino, no energy, and yet still somehow hanging about in the group. A little bit steeper there, and he just went way backwards. Go ahead and set him to auto. He's done. So I'm going to put Gino Mater on Brandon McNulty. And Ermino can just kind of hang out at the back and give us a bird's eye view of what's going on back here as he has dropped. Now 80 riders left in the peloton. They just pulled back one of the breakaway riders as well, so the damage is starting to be done there. Alright, so 80 riders, 70 riders more are dropped, but a little downhill section. Oh, Barta! Barta, come on. This is why I like to be near the front, because look, he should be able to catch us, right? Now, he's a hills guy, not a mountain guy, so actually the best thing to do here is catch the group quickly, because he's got a strong pace. There you go. And now he's back in the group. And now he's not really burning the energy as he tries to fight through the field. Sometimes you've got to play to their hands, and Barta is a punchy guy, so don't be gradual, don't be cautious, don't take your time with him. You want a high boost of speed. You can see riders going backwards. There definitely are some of them. And Barta is nearly recovered here. He was protecting Evenepoel. Now he can sit up. Allow him to recover a little bit. And there you go. Alright, so Barta makes it. He recovers. Our last category 2 of the day. And the real long climb as we get up to snowpack here. We finally topped out. We're going to start going down the other side. And this is a long descent, so everybody's going to fully recover. But looking at the riders, as we now have 55k, it's time to send Mater back one last time for water. Evenepoel, Koos, McNulty, very strong. Mater, okay. Eiking and Barta, definitely some fatigue from their work thus far. But a lot of riders were not protected over that long climb, so I'm hoping that some of the other team leaders are going to look more like Gino Mater or Christian Eiking and have some definite fatigue. Breakaway group's been caught. We have 71 riders. I have a chance. 3 kilometers. I could go steal some seconds, potentially. But I'm not sure I want to do that right before the climb. It's 29k to go. And you get that secondary at the finish. Trying to decide whether I should treat this like a sprint train or treat it like a mountain climb. I think I have the riders to make it into the sprint train style, but for now, I think we're going to stick with a standard ride.
The pace has slowed somewhat. It's perhaps due to fatigue, but I'd bet on some sort of
Ah, see, we just cruised right through. I could have easily picked up 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and 1 second on that. I was not interested in wasting any time here. 12.7 kilometers, 2,200 meters of climbing, 6.2% average gradient. Up we go. Ermino is 15 minutes behind. Ouch. $10K to go on this climb. 19 on the stage. We're not hurting the group at all. I think I need to sprint train this and try to put a hurting in on these guys. Let's do it. Let's form up. I've got an advantage in numbers of quality riders. The other teams that don't have that. Now, Barta could go on and win this stage because there's a little punchy finish. That could be all him. So I'm going to put him on the back of Koos, Vanapole, McNulty, Mater's the other climber, and Iking is the one who's just hanging out right now. So he's better on mountain than hill. Let's try a 90. That should be a pretty good acceleration from where we're at right now. It does appear to be so. But not significant. How are we looking? 5.5K though. So yeah, I think we're okay like this. Use Mater's gel. Mater's the downhill guy. So, I don't know, maybe I'll use up one of these guys before Mater. And just not exhaust them all the way, right? Just use up Iking completely. Use Mater to attack the descent. So bring McNulty forward here in a moment. 3.4K, just now starting to do some damage. So he's going to try to go to the back. I'm going to swap these two. And McNulty, you are going to have a really good mountain rating. Oh, you're leading the race overall. I forgot. I still think Koos or Vanapole are going to be a stronger option.
This climb is feared by many riders. The percentages are
Iking slipping back. That's a good sign that pace is putting a hurting on to some of the riders. Barta's struggling. Well, okay. Well, I guess we're not going to ride for him today. But look at that. We're thinning the group out. 52 riders. Mater's struggling, but he's hanging in there. Back up just a little bit. We're down to 46. $37. Ooh, come on, Mater. Come on, Mater.
Only 10 kilometers left.
I'm going to keep McNulty on the front for a little bit. Down to the 4. Set these guys to auto so they can get themselves home. Okay, now, see this? There's actually a little bit of separation here. And Mater, once he recovers here in a moment, McNader can really give us a strong acceleration. 27 riders. I want McNulty to get onto the back. He's done his work, and he did a very good job. So he can sit up. Now, Mater's going to attack this thing. Vanapole, 6.8 to go. And Koos, go ahead and do yours as well. How are these guys all catching us? That was a downhill. Mater, you were
Kilometers of the stage.
really strong on the downhill. How was that not going faster? All right. 27 left in the group. About to hit the climb. We still have a little over a K before we hit it, so we are going to be on the flat for a little bit. I don't want to go 99 for that. The Evenepoel is good for the flat. Anybody? None of these guys are very punchy. Set Mater to auto. See if anybody else is slipping back. Nope, those guys are all looking pretty good. Is that Jumbo Visma getting their own strong lead out? 1.6. Evenepoel. That's good. Slip to the back. I want all three of them. Down to 25 riders.
And the final sprint is off. Who's going to be the first of the line today?
600 meters. Not quite, not quite. There we go. Come on, Goose. Come on, Goose. It looks like Martinez is going to take the win. Goose might hang on for second. Cicconi's closing that gap a little bit.
He really had to fight for that.
Daniel Martinez for the win. Sepp Kuss takes second. That's really good for us. De Plus. There's Schultz. McNulty takes sixth. Simon Clark. Chris Hamilton. Huffman is 10th. Evenepoel 11th, so he hangs on. He won't get dropped. Castro Viejo 12th. Roche. Gonsalves. These guys are scattered. It's already 52 seconds, but I'm guessing a lot of them are going to be given same time as that group was all scattered about. Now we're seeing separations in over 2 minutes. I'm pretty sure at least the top 14 will be on same time. Behind that, though, not sure. Sponsor objective is a top 5 for the overall for this race. And I think we can just about pull that off. I'm not sure we're going to be in contention for the race win, but I think for a top 5, yes.
And just in case you missed them, here are the race highlights.
Ooh, Evenepoel loses 14 seconds. His group. The next group, they split them all up. Okay. Well, I will take that. I think that is perfectly acceptable that Evenepoel lost a little bit of time, because I want the time splits, and there's the time splits. So we have 10 riders on the same time. I've got 2 of those riders, and that puts Ciccone with McNulty and Daniel Martinez in a 3-way tie with Ciccone in the jersey. Kuss will be in 4th. Czernetki is 5th. And then we have that group through 10th. Evenepoel in 11th. And then the time gaps start to open up. So, not bad, not bad. I'll take it. Got the leader in the team's classification at the moment, so that sounds good. His favorite, Tony Martin, is somebody who has, let's see, has he caught up to us? Yes, he has. So Gino Mater has been my weakest time trialist to go out so far. And Tony Martin, the favorite for the stage, is out on course just behind him. In terms of the overall standings, he's more than 3 minutes behind. So Tony Martin shouldn't be a massive threat. 3:01 down. But I'm into my final 3 riders here. So Evenepoel just taking to the course. He's a 75 time trialist and certainly could put up a really good time today. But speaking of really good times, out here on course so far, Ermino was the early race leader. He is still 4th place, but he has since been overtaken by Schmidt, 9 seconds ahead, Mullen, 10 seconds ahead, and Chad Haga just recently crossing the line at 39 seconds clear. In 5th place, Ermino's teammate, my teammate, William Barta, just over a minute behind. And then Eiking also in the top 10 in 8th. So I put in 3 really good times out of 3 riders so far. Now, as I approach the finish, Mater's got a little bit of extra energy left here. Unintended, 99. Sprint all the way in, could you? Just behind Martin there, but of course Martin started later. But that's 20th, 2:33, and Tony Martin comes in 2nd quickest, 11 seconds off the pace. So the race favorite has not put himself in a position to win. Let's see, Sepp Kuss, a 70 today on time trial is pretty good. It's not great though. Evenepoel is riding at a 74 because of his quality. Now there are 2 climbing sections, and we're about to hit them. You turn off the main road. You're on basically the main highway. You turn off the main road, this dirty road here, and this is where we hit this double climb. McNulty also getting ready, so let's get him set. He's a 73, so let's go ahead and push that 74. Evenepoel, back with him, hitting the top of the first climb now. And he's a good time trialist at a 75 and good on the mountains, meaning between the two, Evenepoel could turn in a really good time. 11th overall, 24 seconds off the pace. I wish he hadn't lost a little bit of time, but he could be in a pretty good position. Certainly could be into the top 5 before the end here. This is the last climb of the day, though there's a little section later on, slight uphill. 4th place, 15 seconds down. He's got a little deficit, but with some downhill, he will recover a good amount of that. Kuss, meanwhile, still on the flat, as is McNulty. McNulty at a 74 seems to be a little tired. Bring him down a notch to a 73. And get back with Evenepoel, who's already in recovery mode. Speed it up to ×2 for a little while. Check the first time points. Chad Haga was on top. Castroviejo was 1 second down. Tony Martin. Evenepoel 4th quickest there. Lawrence De Plus just went quicker by 1 second. Ryan Mullen was 25, so that's a good comparison. See, Ermino all the way down in 20th, but he's a quality time trialist, and he really brought back some time. So here we go. Kuss, 2nd climb. He'll hit the top here soon, and he is 11th quickest. That's actually pretty solid right there for somebody who's not a renowned time trialist. Now McNulty is doing good on his energy. Let's push him back to a 74. Evenepoel hanging at a 74 with 2.5K to go. We ride with him. And energy-wise, he's kind of right where he should be. I think we can get a little acceleration here. Okay, final few hundred meters. Energy lasted. 3rd place, 3 seconds down. That is good. 3 seconds. So Chad Haga, Castroviejo, that's a good time for him. Where's McNulty? McNulty went over in 9th. So final check here. Right, McNulty's in 2nd. Ciccone, minute 17 down. So Cicconi's losing time. McNulty's 29 seconds down. Daniel Martinez, just 24 seconds down. He's a good time trialist, so he's certainly in it. Kuss there, 4th overall, 53 seconds down. Chernetke has lost a minute. Simon Clark has lost a minute. De Plus is just 14 seconds down, so that's our other competitor right now. Hamilton lost a minute 13, even though he's a 70. Schultz is losing a bunch of time. Huffman coming up on the line right now. So Huffman, we'll see what his final time is. 2:17. Schultz already closer to the line, but he's lost quite a bit of time. Speed it back up just a little bit here. Slow it down as he reaches the line. 2:50. Hamilton's a bit closer. I'm surprised he's not as close as I would expect. Minute 53. DePluce is going to have a good time. This is going to be a tough to beat time. He's put in a good one. 5th place, 26 seconds down. So Evenepoel has picked up 23 seconds on him at this point. So 23 seconds, that's pretty good considering the gap was just a handful of seconds. 24 to the front. So he should be ahead of DePluce. Clark's going to lose a bit of time here. Hold on. Yeah, Kuss and McNulty. We have some energy to burn. Going to go 76. McNulty, not quite yet, but I think he can handle a 75. Okay, back ahead. There's Clark. 143. Chernetke. He'll lose more than a minute. Minute 34. Here comes Kuss. 700 meters. Let's go 85 for now. Now attack 99. 10th. 57 seconds. That's not bad for a 67 time trial. It's not bad at all. And looking at the team at the moment, Evenepoel 3rd, Ermino still up there in 8th, Kuss is 10th, Barta is 12th, Eiking is 15th, Mater the only one down the order a bit. Nolte's pretty good on his energy to distance still to go. Kuss had just a little bit left. I might have been able to get a few more seconds out of him. Martinez, 42 seconds. Does put him ahead of Kuss though. .700 meters. Don't want to attack this too hard. He's right at the end. There we go. 5th, 23 seconds. That's good. Ciccone, he's losing time. So Evenepoel is going to move way up the order. McNulty is going to be near the front. And Sepp Kuss is going to be near the front. DePluce is going to be near the front. 2:05 lost. So we are very much going to be in and around the top 5. I might have 2 or 3 riders inside the top 5 and maybe on a podium step currently. McNulty into the race lead, 1 second ahead of Castroviejo. Evenepoel is 4 seconds down in 3rd. DePluce and Martinez, and then Kuss in 6th. So all 3 guys are in the top 6 overall, including currently 1st and 3rd place. So we still have every opportunity to claim a top 5 in this race overall. 4 stages still to go and plenty of climbing to do, so it's not going to be easy. Stage 4 is a sprint stage. I'll go ahead and do that off camera as I have no sprinters at this race. I just want to make sure I stay in the group. Niels Pollitt going to Trek Segafredo. Jumbo-Visma taking Ackerman. Groenewegen going to Bora Hansgrohe. Van der Poel extending. That's Matthew Van der Poel extending with Corndon. Peter Sagan going to Neri Satoli. There is no way that they are not going to be a World Tour team next year now. Thomas extending. Landa extending. Direct Energy losing budget. Jakobsen. De Koning extending. Arnaud Demar extending. And Fuglsang extending. So not too many moves right now, but the Peter Sagan one is a massive change of scenery, as that is a Continental Pro team. Now onto my short list again. Ian Garrison, I've already signed up. move him from my list. Lukic was pretty much out of reach. Gregory Daniel, probably not going to be interested in. Sance wanted too much money. These guys a bit weak, but I did add a number of cobbled riders, and I have 11,000 left to use. Let's see if I've gotten back any of the scout reports yet. Nothing so far. Okay, none of those guys have come back at this point with any type of feedback, so I'll have to sit and wait for now, and we'll see what we get. Stage 6 is the Queen stage with a hefty final climb. It's a steep one. It will decide this race because stage number 7, that's not quite as bad. Stage 7, punchy, 4 climbs at the end. It'll thin the field, but for the most part, I should have the quality to get my guys through all or most of that. Maybe even could grab a win for Barta, but I think more likely he's going to end up working for McNulty, Coos, Evenepoel down the stretch. But yeah, stage 6, this is the big one. This will determine the race winner and whether I can keep a top 5 finish. Stage 5 that we just did and stage 4 were both sprint stages. Stage 4, typical sprint stage. Down to the sprinters, Leeser winning. Stage 5, breakaway. Comfortable. 5.5 minutes. 4 riders. Easily won. We didn't bother chasing. Nobody bothered chasing them. They were all well down the order. They finished together in a bunch sprint. But we are out of time for this episode. Kruiswijk is moving to Movistar, but other than that, no new news here on the 17th of August. So as we approach the end of the season, calendar's getting short, not much left. We're on the last 2 objectives. And the signing of teams is the big thing to keep an eye on. We've slipped to 24th. I'm only going to go backwards, really, at this point. I think this last signing will not boost me in any particular way. So I would expect that the 18 World Tour teams should stay ahead of us. And right now you have Neri Satoli with the addition of Peter Sagan up to 15th on the list, and that could stick. Out at the moment is Dimension Data, and they're a few spots above us, and we're pretty close. Corridon, Dimension Data, Cofidis, Vital Concept, we're all pretty close together, but then the drop is these 2.5-star guys, and the quality of what's left is just going to get thinner and thinner as we go along here. So looking at what's left, Tish Benut is the best rider still out there. All of these top riders are not interested in coming to our team, so I can't just suddenly step in and steal one of them. Seneschal Mohoric is a good one. Van Poppel, Magnus Corneliusen. 20-year-old Kunio Ito. Japanese sprinter with a 77 sprint already. And no team, which means this is like a regen, a new rider. He's got no interest, so I doubt we'd be able to sign in, but I'm curious. I'm going to sign a scout. We'll see what he's all about. After that, you're under 75. Conti's a good rider, but we're looking at 74s. Whippert is a good sprinter. Barguil, sudden drop over the last couple of years from where he was, where we thought he was going to be. World champion potential, but plenty of 74s left, but then you definitely get that drop from there. 73. Pogacar would be a good one, but he's not there. Stan de Wolf. Now, this is somebody I was looking at, and do I have feedback? It's been a couple more days. No, still not yet. Still waiting. there's some interest there, and it wouldn't cost me a whole lot to get after him, so we've got a chance on that rider. But anyway, you can see that the field's thinning out a lot. I mean, to get up to World Tour status for one team to kind of break into that. But 75 and above, those are the only riders that have any chance of making that level of impact. The 74s, they could cement you into Continental Pro, but they're not going to put you up into World Tour status, which is exactly the thing. I mean, we have Philipsen. Philipsen's side with us. He's a 74. He's getting us comfortably into Continental Pro, but he's not going to get us up to World Tour status. I was hoping to get one of these guys as a team leader. It just didn't work out. But that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe and tune in next time on my road to the record. Bye for now.